What's up YouTube? Welcome to the penultimate episode review of Taboo. Now I didn't really intend that to rhyme actually. But here we are, the game is afoot and Delaney has crafted an expert plan to meet Sir James Stewart, the author of all of his pain, seemingly, to use some James Bond isms there. So, is this the plan all along? Has the plan of James Delaney been to meet Sir James Stewart all along? Has he wanted to get him into this room and have just at him for sinking the ship that James Delaney was on that contained all of these slaves? I would hasten a bet. Now, a lot of this is depending upon some very convenient things that happened. So, as we started this episode, James Delaney seemed incredibly surprised that Winter had been killed. I thought he had actually killed her in this kind of fever dream rage thing where he sees his mother. But no, he didn't. He is shocked by it, unless it's like a Jekyll and Hyde thing. So, we have a signed testimony, we have everything being brought over. We have everything being brought over to the East India Company. So, yeah, it's not looking good for Delaney at all. Unless he predicted all of this. Maybe he engineered and tried to look surprised at Winter being killed and would lead to the betrayal of him. And then he would get something, so be able to bargain with Sir James Stewart in this kind of torturous position. So he's not actually got much high ground here, but he's got this meeting. So I kind of feel that a lot, if this is or was his plan all along, then he's kind of had it in a very long-winded way, having all this powder. Maybe he's tried to look as much of a threat as possible, so the East India Company tried to put as much resources as possible to take him out. So, not sure what he actually wants from Sir James Stewart. Does he just want blood? Does he want him to have a professional career suicide by admitting what happened and signing a testimony against the East India Company? Maybe. A lot of other revelations happened this week, so James is pissed off at Zilpha for killing her husband. He is kind of excommunicating her, cutting her off. But how long will that actually last? Because, well, we can tell that they are in love. Or is this, again, just another part of the machinations of James Delaney, which I really wouldn't have it put past him at all to use his sister like this just to really get what he wants or get his whole plan going. We also learned, well, the father, the patriarch of this family, was killed by his servant as well. So not much mystery there, unfortunately. I was hoping there would be a huge mystery and intrigue, but really, sadly, there wasn't. But it does show that maybe there is something running in the family, this family madness, as he wanted to kill James as well. So, yeah, interesting things abound. Dumbarton here is also unfazed as to what's going on, and we have some huge things going on with the Americans. So the Crown has got what it wants. It's got this trade deal, or deal in principle, as they are really on the high ground here, the East India Company, which I think that they are only where they are because James has actually allowed him, or allowed them, to be where they are, as he's engineered this entire thing, which really, he seems a bit too above him, even on a Sherlock level. This is just too damn smart or coincidental. But, well, it's the show. Now, these torture scenes, they were rough to watch. We had waterboarding, which I'm not too sure how accurate that is. I'm not sure if this is kind of like a the 20th or 21st century, a recent sort of thing at the moment. But I'm not too sure on that history of the torture there. We had the very kind of Victorian-esque sort of, or retro, I would say just historical torture devices, which have become more myth than they were a reality. Sort of like the Iron Maiden, that was never actually used. That was used in Victorian times to kind of shock and scare people in these kind of displays and shows. But, well, like I said in the previous videos, that this is very much taking the era, the look of the era, and having some still modern day things in it, because we see with the prostitutes that their teeth are looking disgusting, but no one else's teeth looks horrible, etc. in this. So there is that. So we've got our man who is on the hunt to stop the slavers and bring justice. And well, I loved watching him take on Sir James Stewart there on the golf course, which was really, really funny to watch and show that even someone who is the leader of the East India Company, well, they're still accountable to the law, of course. So next week is the final episode. I expect the whole thing to unravel, and hopefully we see an end to this. I'm not sure if there's going to be a season 2. I don't know if it would really fit a season 2, to be honest. Maybe an anthology series would be pretty cool in this world, to be honest, I think. But that's it for this video. Please drop a like. Please subscribe. See you soon. Goodbye.